There once was a little sun surrounded by her planets, and this sun was so proud because, unlike all the other stars in the galaxy, this sun had a life-bearing planet. Every day she would watch this little planet pirouette, and every year dance around her belly. And though it was hard to see, there were little patches of green on the great ocean of the planet. Life had just begun. But then, one day, a great meteor came hurtling towards the planet, and the sun grew worried. This meteor could crash into the planet and wipe out the small beginnings of life there. So, just before the meteor hit the planet, she reached out and gobbled the meteor all up. The sun belched a bit and turned back to the planet, safe and sound. Millennia passed without incident, and the little sun watched the planet's life grow. Soon the entire planet was green, not just the water, but the land as well. The sun was so proud. But one day, the moon that had orbited the planet tilted a bit and began to spiral down towards the planet's surface. The sun was sure that if such a colossal object impacted the planet, all life was sure to perish. The sun didn't hesitate and reached out and plucked the moon from orbit. The sun munched, and shortly, the moon was solidly in her belly. She felt bloated, but happy. The planet was safe. The next 100 centuries or so passed quickly. One day, the sun saw lines of gray and brown surround the world. Small rectangular gray-brown squares started to pop up and grow until the sun could clearly see them from the sky. The planet had cities. Years passed, and the sun saw small specks surrounding the planet. At first, the sun was worried, but then she saw the planet was launching them into space themselves. The sun was elated. Maybe they would bring life to the rest of the planets in orbit. But, far away, the sun saw a series of asteroids, the size of planets, coming towards her solar system. She saw the planet scrambling to put up more and more little specks into orbit, but would it be enough? The massive asteroids hurtled towards the planet, and the sun began to sweat. They were almost safe. They only had a couple of decades left before they were not just on one planet, but on many. At the last minute, the sun intervened. She swung between the planet and the asteroids and began to gobble them all up. She munched and chewed and grew and grew. And at one point, she thought she couldn't eat anymore. But she pushed herself, and in one day, she had gobbled them all up. She sighed. Her yellow tint was now red and tired, but she had done it. She turned back to the planet to make sure they were okay. But instead of a green and blue that she had originally expected, she saw red. The planet was on fire. The satellites fell from orbit, and the oceans were evaporating. She had burnt the planet down.